Hello everyone, welcome to Pong 2.0, and this is just using LEDs, and this is a two-part video, and this is lesson 1, and it's going to be about buttons, switches, LEDs, and the speaker, basically all the components on the front side of the project. You can see we have two push buttons, and if we flip it over, it has the Arduino Uno and some batteries, so that will be the second lesson. So first off, we're going to be looking at the push buttons. There are going to be two for this project, and also the switch. You'll notice with push buttons that there's these little black lines, and that indicates which legs are connected. And so on the top and bottom, the legs are connected, and when you push the button, it's going to connect the top two legs and then the bottom two legs. So when you're actually designing any electronics, you first design it in real life using a breadboard, and this is a simulator where we can just plug in play all the electrical components, and it kind of shows you where all the pins are connected, and then we can use wires and test everything out, and then we can build it and then do it in real life. There's basically two designs. One is a schematic design and the other one's breadboard design, because each electrical component has its own symbol, and this is what a push button switch looks like in the schematic mode, and this is what a push button looks like in the real life. And we also have a switch, what it looks like. So we're going to be building this project and learning about each of these components using some breadboards. And breadboards, you can just pop in the different things so that we can see how everything works. First off, we have this LED, and LED stands for light emitting diode, and the longer legs is positive and the shorter legs are ground or negative. Now, if the legs are broken off or smaller, you will notice that there's actually this little flat piece that represents the negative. This is the schematic, what a LED looks like, and it's basically like a diode, but it has light that can emit from it. And it's important to know the orientation, because current can only flow one way through LED or a diode, and it's very similar to a one-way street where you can only drive one way and you can't go backwards. And so knowing the correct polarity or direction is very important. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is a simulation where we have a switch and a button, and we're going to have two LEDs. So to build the circuit, first you're going to insert your push button, then you're going to take your red LED, identify the long and short leg. The long leg again is positive, and you're going to put the short leg into the negative, which is the very top rail of the breadboard, and just put it on the same pin as your push button. Then we're going to put in our 3-pin contact switch to the second leg, and this connecting it in the same row. And then we're going to be using a resistor to go from the pin there to the positive rail. And we're using a resistor because LEDs can't take too much voltage, so they just make it so that we can connect our 5 volts. Now you're going to take your green LED and still identify the long and short pin leg, and put in the short leg into ground, and put the long leg right in the middle of the contact switch, which is the common. Then you're going to use 2 wires connected to positive and negative, and we're going to power it using the Arduino Uno board. You'll see we have a ground, and we have 5 volts and 3.3. You can either use 5 volts or 3.3, and that's going to be giving us power to this breadboard design. After you're done, show your teacher, and then you're going to go and plug in the Arduino Uno. You'll see a light come on from the USB port, and if you switch on the contact switch, you'll see the green LED will remain on or off. And if you push the contact button, it will only remain on when you hold it. And that's basically 2 different designs. Is a push button, it remains in a state either on or off unless you push it. And a contact switch, it will hold its state, because when you switch it on, it will remain on. When you switch it off, it will remain off. So that's good for a power switch, and a push button is good for like sensors. So we need both for these kind of buttons and switches for a project, and knowing their functionality is important when we're going to build it. So pause the video and then build from this schematic. And when you're done, show your teacher and explain what is the difference between a push button and a switch. So now we can insert the different components inside our board, and this is part 2 of the building. So we're going to first have a look at the speaker and insert it. So a little overview of how a speaker works is you have a cone and you have a permanent magnet at the very back. And there's 2 wires going in, one red and one black. So as sound waves are converted to electromagnetic waves, you'll see that there's these coils, and it pulls the cone in and out, causing vibration, which causes sound. And so you need to have 2 things. One is these coils to make an electromagnet, and that electromagnet is either attracted or repelled from the permanent magnets that are at the back and on the sides. And so that's the basic operation. You can see the very fine wires around the cylinder of the cone, and then that force is pulled back and forth because it's attracted to the permanent magnet. And so we can insert our speaker. Just note that the orientation is to the left with the rectangular hole to the left, just like how it's shown here. And just using a rubber mallet, you can hit it in gently, and then we can insert our 2 push buttons on either side. Now we're going to insert our push buttons. Bend the legs out, and the orientation is you want the legs to go left and right. And then using an other board, you want to find a hole to hammer the button in. And the reason why we put it on a piece of board is because the push buttons needs to go right through to the other side. So hammering in the push buttons to see that everything's good, that it's clickable, and then do the same for the other side. Bend the legs out, insert the push button, and gently hammer it in. Now with our 2 push buttons and our speaker inserted, we can insert our power switch. We can just insert it through the small slot right beside the speaker, and when you push it in, you can just push it gently in with your 2 thumbs. With our power switch inserted, now we can attach our LED strips. You'll notice that there's 2 slots, and that's for our LED strips to be inserted through. So just like previously how we learned about LEDs, these are a special type of LEDs that come in a roll called addressable LEDs, and we can program any of these lights to turn on through we have a positive pin, and we have the middle pin is a data line, and that enables us to determine for our microchip to tell what LED to turn on. Now first you'll take off the 3M paper at the very back, as it has double-sided tape, and then you want to bend up each of the corners into 90 degrees. With both sides bent at 90 degrees, you can insert the LED strip through the 2 holes and ensure that the little white arrow is pointing to the right with the speaker at the very bottom. And then you can see that those are the contact pins which we will solder next week. So we're going to be learning about soldering, and we will get our LED Pong game working and uploading the code. So this is the very first part is getting the front sides, and the next lesson we'll be learning about the Arduino Nano. So I hope this video was helpful, And if you learned something, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more electronic videos. See you in the next one.